What's up, guys? It's your girl causing mayhem. I am doing another video today. This makeup and this shirt may seem familiar depending on what video I upload first. I'm not too sure how I'm gonna do it, but I just got done doing a makeup look, so you should go ahead and check that out. But for this video, we're gonna do a Q&A. I asked you guys to ask me some questions about my dating life, so we're gonna see what you asked me. And I guess this is a similar mukbang because I'm hungry. So I'm going to be eating some cheese fries in between these questions. So I'm going to be using my tablet to pull up my Instagram and look at the questions that you guys asked me. This should be funny. Okay, so question number 1. What are some of your turn-offs? I get annoyed really easily, so I have quite a few. But just to like give you like my top 5, what happened to be being rude. I hate rude people. Like, please, thank you, you're welcome. Like, that means a lot to me. Be a nice person, don't be rude. No confidence. I hate a man that doesn't have confidence. Like, I'm ugly, I'm not cute. Like, that's not cute. That's not supposed to like make me want you. Like, you're always putting yourself down. Like, that's like, ugh. You gotta love yourself first before you try to love me. Let's see what else. Really, those are my main 2. What are you doing? Text all day long. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, make a conversation. Make a real conversation. I hate what are you doing 20 times a day. Like, you're gonna last like 2 days. That's it. Boring dates. Don't keep picking the same boring dates. Like, you're only gonna movies, dinner, in your house all day long. Me one time. I'm sorry. Like, you have to come up with something else. Think of something cool. What have you always wanted to do but you never had nobody else to do? Like, the movies and dinner is nice, but don't keep thinking I'm gonna want to do that and keep hanging out at your house. Like, your house, that's a cute little date, but like, do we always have to be in the house? No, I don't like that. Overconfidence. I hate cocky men. Such a turn off. Overly confident, think he's the ish, better than everybody, just has to like make everybody else feel second. Like, oh, it makes my skin crawl. I hate that. Ugh, I hate that. All right, so next question. Those are like my top 5s of like what I don't like. I'm gonna get some more fries. This is a good question. Have you ever been ghosted? Yes. The very first time I got ghosted was the very first time a boy ever broke up with me. Just to give you guys like a quick little story time. He was one of my regulars when I was working at Hooters. I was a Hooters girl for like 3 years. But this was maybe like my 2nd year as a Hooters girl. And he used to come and see me. He was in the military, so I thought he was like super fine. Like, ooh, a man in uniform. I just thought he was like the shit. He was so handsome. He was kind of short, dark skin, kind of cocky. You know, the typical average military guy. And we dated for a couple months, but it was a very short relationship. But I was just head over heels. Like, It wasn't love at first sight because the first time I met him, he was aggravating as shit. He was so annoying. Oh, he was so annoying. He was one of my tables, and I was like, ugh, like, you're just being so cheap right now. Like, I called him out on it. I was like, you're being super cheap. And he was like, listen, I'm just trying to get a discount. And I guess, like, trying to, like, flirt or whatever. He ended up tipping me pretty good, and he came back, and he would, like, come and see me. And then, like I said, we started dating. So how did he ghost on me? We took a awesome trip for my birthday. We went to Orlando. It was so romantic, so cute. He took me shopping, and he hits me with some breaking news a week later after we get back. And he's like, damn, every time I have something and every time I try to be happy, it just fucks it up, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what do you mean? What are you saying? He's like, I have to move. I'm getting, can't think of the word right now, but I'm getting restationed. I'm getting restationed to Virginia. And I'm like, oh my God, how long do you have? I have a week. He says he has a week? What? You have a week and you just found out? First of all, that was a lie. Second, you're gonna give me a week's notice? So we're like spending every day together, and he's just like, I don't want you to like break up with me, because I was just like, listen, if you're moving, obviously I'm staying. I don't do long distance. We might as well just break up or just be friends. And he was like, no, I want you to marry me. I want you to marry me, and I want you to come with me. And I'm just so like naive and so like ready to like be with him. I was like, you know what? Whatever, like I'll do it. For love, I'll do it. And he gets there. As a matter of fact, no, he doesn't just get there. He has a short little month-long tour where he has to sail on the ship to Virginia. So we don't talk for a whole month. A whole month after he just drops this bomb on me, and supposedly he just randomly finds out that he's getting restationed. A month goes by, and he finally calls me, and he's like, hey, how you doing? Let's start planning you moving here to live with me, to be my wife. So we're having like these conversations, and as I'm starting to notice, he wanted me to move for good the first time I came, and I wasn't. I just wasn't into that. Like, I wanted to visit. I wanted to get to know like what Virginia was like, because you're asking me to uproot my life and, you know, go live with you and like be your wife for the rest of my life. Like, come on now. And not to mention, I was 19 at the time. 19. So this is all just like unplanned out. This is very childish. This is not going to end well. So a month, and let's say a month goes by, and we finally decide that we're gonna go half on my plane ticket to get me out there. The week I'm supposed to go, and he was supposed to buy my plane ticket, he just disappears. Yes, just completely vanishes. Doesn't answer any of my calls, doesn't answer any of my texts. He just disappears. And I was devastated. I cried every day for a month. Like, I was so devastated. Like, one of my really good friends, Kayla, she literally saw me like just, oh, like I was spiraling. I couldn't believe that. For one, that was the first time somebody ever broke up with me. Two, he just didn't give me a reason. So I found his mom on Facebook. I find his mom on Facebook, and I'm just like, what's going on? Is your son okay? Blah, blah, blah. She completely reads it and ignores it. So then I spiral even more. It was just, it's absolutely devastating, earth-shattering. I cried. My heart was broken. But here I am. What is this, like 4 years? 4 or 5 years? Maybe 4? 3, 4? My math's not that great. Alright, so it's a couple years later. And I'm over it. I've actually been ghosted a couple more times after that, and I'm just like, whatever. Like, nothing's gonna top that. Nothing's ever gonna top that. Like, he would literally have to like do some like off the wall crazy shit. Like my husband, which I would finally like say yes to, would have to leave me at the altar. Knock on wood. But that's my story of getting ghosted. Next question. Some fries in there. I'm putting them down. It's a good question. So the question is, how do I like to be romanced? I like the mushy, corny, goofy stuff. Like that is like I love that stuff. Like that is my thing. Like I like flowers. I like for a guy to open all my doors. Oh my goodness. Like just, I love that. Just to call me and tell me you were thinking about me. That is so like attractive. Like, ooh. Somebody who just really takes the time out and like plans a real date. Like, let's go out for the day. Let's do this. And you know, like actually like have like a clear vision of like what they want for the day, and not just, what are you doing? What do you want to do? You want to go eat? Where do you want to eat? Like, no, come to me with the actual idea and the clear plan. And like, that'll kind of like put the ball in my court so I can think of things for us to do too. But you have to set the standard as a man. Because at the end of the day, you're paid. Just saying. Alright, so next question. Why don't guys understand the character of you? Well, here's the thing. Most guys are only approaching me and other girls because they're not really interested in getting to know us. They really only want one thing, and I hate to like be like the bearer of bad news against men, because I mean, I love you guys, but most men aren't coming at me to get to know me. They're only trying to sleep with me. So it's like there's like only a 10% of like guys since I've been dating since high school, that have actually gotten to know me. And I feel like every other woman feels the same way, so it's kind of hard to like open up when you can't really tell what a man's intentions are, and I'll get to that soon. How many dates do you go on, and what do you like? Expectations on dates. I don't really date that often. I'm not really like a serial dater much anymore. As I get older, that time is so precious. My extra free time is so precious to me. It's valuable. Ladies, the moment you learn, this is some real free game, free tea, whatever you want to call it. The moment you learn the value of your time, I promise you, you won't be giving it out to these just anybody, these random ass. It's YouTube, I ain't trying to cuss that much, but you know, just any old body, any John Jacob, Jimmy, you know, you ain't just gonna be giving your time away like that. You want to actually like make sure like, is this person worth my time? And the moment you find out that they're not, kick up to the curb. I sure do. So back to the question. How many dates do you go on? Typically if I'm dating somebody, or if I'm genuinely like actively like dating, it would be like 1 or 2 guys at a time. 3 max. And then like that third guy gets kicked out very, very soon. Like he might get 1 date, and then I'm like, oh, he said something stupid. And then it's just the 2 guys, and like, may the best win. And then that becomes like my main guy until he messes it up, clearly, because I'm still single, right? What do I expect on dates? I expect for guys to be their 100% self. No faking it, no pretending, no doing what you think that I would like. Just be yourself, and if I like that, I'll date you. But if I don't like that, then I'm not gonna date you, and that's fine. I'm not for you. But don't fake and pretend for 3 months to be like this nice, genuine guy, and then like 6 months down the road, who the hell is this? You know, like, ladies are tired. We're starting to get onto that and figure out the games that you guys are playing. Like, there are some nice guys out there, but there are some really bad ones using nice guy tactics. And that's what's annoying and what's frustrating. So I like for guys to just be themselves, and I don't put out too much and let them know too much on what I like. No, be yourself, and if I like you, I'll let you know. That's how I play it. Why am I single? I'm single because I don't really put too much effort into not being single, to be honest. Two, I have not found what I'm looking for. Like, I know exactly what it is that I want, and I have not found it yet. Until I find it, your girl gonna be single. Have you ever been the other woman? Oh, that is a good question. Not on purpose. I had no idea he had a girlfriend. He told me that they were done. We actually ran into her together on a date, and she just like, she was crying and stuff, but like I had no idea that they were like just in a fight. Like, I didn't know. And she's just kind of weird to like see him with somebody else and then take him back. Like, that was just weird. So like, in the process of her seeing us together, I guess like a day or two passed by, and he told her like that was just our first date, which it was. But he told her that he stopped dating me, and that was not the case. She took him back not knowing that we were still dating, and I became the side chick. So that really sucked. How I found out, we finally broke up because it was just like a couple of dates kind of thing. I don't really want to talk about this guy that much, but we were like kind of like on and off, but that was like our first time being together. And she took him back, we broke up, and then the very like next hour, boom, it's a picture of them two at the fair. What? Had to already be together if you know you guys are at the fair today. Like, that's crazy. So yes, I've been the side piece, but it wasn't on purpose. It was not on purpose. Next question. How long do you wait before you stay the night? Me, I don't really have like a set date or a set amount of time. Like, I just feel it out. Of course, like after the first date, like I'm not just gonna like jump at your house and just stay the night. Like, that's just not gonna happen. Some guys have had to wait longer than others, and it's just me trying to feel you out, like trying to see like, is this his main goal? And then once I do that, is this it? Or does he really like me and we're actually gonna continue to build something, and this is where we're headed and it's gonna be more serious? So my answer to that question is, it's a touch and feel basis and a case-to-case matter. Sometimes he's gonna wait like 6 months, and then sometimes he's gonna get it sooner. I just don't have like a specific time frame. Like, it is what it is. What is something that you've always wanted to do on a date but you haven't? I don't know. I guess I don't know about what I've always wanted to do on a date, but I've always wanted a guy to send flowers to my job. I think that is so cute. Like, I've had guys like bring me flowers, but like to randomly send flowers to my job, that would be so cute. I would be so happy. And like, I would literally be all on Instagram, look at my flowers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would make my day. If somebody sent me, that would make my month. If somebody sent me some flowers to sit on my desk for work. That's so cute, right? I don't know. What do I prefer, looks or personality? I like personality, but he can't be ugly. And let me tell you why. Like, I feel like I'm a very, I'm an attractive person. I'm pretty cute. Why can't I have somebody cute with personality? I have personality. I feel like you can do both. So that's my standard. Somebody cute with personality. Like, it can't just be one or the other. But which one do I value over personality? Personality kind of matters because I could look at somebody cute all day and just think like, wow, he's so handsome, he's so attractive, we're gonna have beautiful kids, but he has a terrible personality, so I'm gonna be unhappy. Or somebody that's okay looking, still have to be attracted to you, and has a good personality. I think personality matters. Like, somebody that can make me laugh, has my heart already, because I'm a very goofy person, but it's hard to make me laugh. So if you can make me laugh, you got me. What are some pointers that you would recommend to some women that are dating right now? So my pointers to you guys is to not give these guys a whole playbook on how to date you. Give them your hard yeses and nos, like your requirements, but don't give them a laundry list of what it is that you want. Because like I said, these guys will take that feedback and become that guy for a little bit. And you think like you have all of the things that you want, and that's actually not. He's just pretending. You don't want to give somebody the one up on you. Let him figure that shit out. Let him figure that out. You don't have to tell him what you want completely. Just your hard yeses and your hard nos. That's it. Don't give him the whole playbook on you. That's one of my really, really, really holy grail questions. If you have a guy best friend, use him. Use your guy best friend. My guy best friend, Derek tells me the truth. Derek tells me the truth. Derek lets me know when I'm being lied to, when I'm being played. He'll be like, listen, dog, that's my Derek voice. Listen, dog, he playing you, he playing the game right now. I think you should leave him alone. And he's very honest. Now, the thing about guy friends, make sure he's really your friend. He's not just a guy trying to date you. Alright, so, or if you have a cousin, if you have a guy cousin, use that guy cousin. I have a guy cousin, and he's very, very, very real with me. He took me on my first little date. He was like, listen, you're getting ready to go to high school. I gotta prep you for all the games that these dudes finna put on you. I need to teach you the ropes. And honestly, that has guided me throughout my adult life. I can call BS when I see it, for the most part. Are there any signs that you feel like you aren't compatible with? So I don't believe the daily horoscope. Your day is going such and such and such. You're feeling such and such and such. The Mercury retrograde, this and this, and that's not me. But I do believe in compatibility. The compatibility is very, very, very true. My one sign that I cannot date for the life of me is Aquarius. I cannot date an Aquarius. Every time I've tried, it has gone completely wrong. I have always got my feelings hurt. It is always some side dude situation, some I'm not trying to be serious, I'm not ready for commitment. I don't need none of that. So I can't date Aquarius. They're great side dudes though, but they're not good boyfriends. Let me tell you. So let's see. Would I ever date outside of my race? Yes, I actually would. I took a year. I took a whole year last year, and I dated everyone that wasn't black, just so I could see if I was attracted to Asians, if I was attracted to Hispanics. I've always been attracted to like Hispanic men. Like I can even think like back in like high school, like most of my boyfriends were like either black or Spanish. So I mean that wasn't really like new to me. But Asian, white, I dated a couple white guys and they were actually pretty nice. Like my husband could be white, my husband could be Asian, my husband could be actually African, like he could be Jamaican, he could be Indian. Like I have no idea who he is out there, but I'm pretty open to like dating whoever, just as long as I'm attracted to them. Like I don't like corny dudes. Like I like cute dudes that do corny stuff, if that makes sense. So we'll see. But yeah, I do date outside of my race. Do I feel like it is hard to make a genuine connection with people? And if so, why do I feel like it is? Yes I do. Texting and social media has really ruined like real for real phone conversations and like people actually making like real connections. Everything's so fast. And so like at the snap of your fingers, people can just text you instead of call you. I like phone conversations. I'm not really much of a texting person. Pick up the phone and call me if you're thinking about me. If you want to talk to me, pick up the phone and call me and see what I got going on. Is there anybody that you've dated in the past that you would consider dating again? No. I'm sorry if you're watching, but no. And it's a reason behind that, because every time I've taken someone back, they're bitter. They're so bitter that like things didn't work out the first time, so they're like taking out the aggression on me or whatever resentment that they have when they come back. I'm like, just be happy that you got me back. Don't be angry. But that's just usually how it goes. Like they're usually like full of resentment or really angry. And my breakups aren't usually ugly, but it's usually a pretty clear point of this isn't working out, I don't want to do this anymore. So not a lot of men can take hearing that and having to stomach that rejection feeling and actually come back, humble themselves, fix whatever mistake it is that you decided to end it, and come back, you know, on a mature level. It just never works out that way. So no, I would never take anybody back. I've been there, done that. I will never take anybody back. I'm sorry. No. Do you do double dates? Yes. And they're usually setups that I do not enjoy. I just recently went on a double date with my friend, and listen, let me tell you, I'm a good wing woman. I put up with the most lamest dude ever for my girl to spend time with her guy. So that's usually how like my double dates go. Is there anything that I think as a single woman other women should do while they're dating? Write down a list of what it is that you want your husband to be like. When I did this, I want to say it was like a couple months ago, everything became so much more clear to where like if you don't match up to the list of what my husband is, you for sure cannot be my boyfriend. You cannot date me. You cannot waste any of my time at all. Period. Like once he don't match up, I'm like, okay, he has this. Oh, but this is a requirement on this list. You don't have that, you gotta go. So just write down a list of like what it is that you have to have in your husband. Now, before you go and make this list, keep in mind that looks, that's something you can't really be too hard on. Personality, that's a big thing that you should care about. So personality, to me, unless that's more of what you care about. If you care more about looks, then the list is going to be all about looks. But if you care more about personality, like me, this is all on his personality. And attraction as far as like physical attraction, that's on a case-to-case basis because none of my exes look alike. So write down that list and really think hard on what it is that you want your husband to be like, so when you actually start dating again, you know, like, this is what I want and this is what I'm looking for. Anything that is not matching up to that, let it go. He's cute, but he is not hubby. He's not hubby potential. So if you're in your early to late 20s, you're not dating somebody just because they're cute anymore. That's out of the question. You're looking for hubby material. So write down your hubby material list, that dream man, and anybody that approaches you that doesn't have that quality, let them go. Now, guys will be watching this, so I don't want to give you guys too much free game on like what my list requires, but one of mine has to be, he has to be religious. I've actually made guys pray and say grace over dinner and on a date, and if they push back and say no, or they're too like embarrassed, oh, that is a person's last date, because that's a hard requirement for me. Politeness. If you're not polite, you might not even get me on a date. And if you get me on a date, it was because you pretended to be polite to get me on the date. So politeness is a hard requirement with me. And what's a good one? To be ambitious. To be ambitious and career driven. I'm in school right now for psychology, so my overall career goal is to be a psychiatrist. So if you're not psychiatrist husband material, you can't really date me. Like, it's not really gonna add up. If you're not business and education oriented, it's not really gonna match up with me and you. You can be an entrepreneur. If you're not doing some sort of life advancement or career advancement, it's not gonna work. So those are like 3 of my like really holy grail points in my husband. So that is the video for today. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It was really neat and really fun to go over some questions and answer them for you guys. I hope I helped at least one person with my opinions on things. Keep in mind, these are my opinions. This may not even work for you. You might look at this and be like, girl, you are tripping. And it is what it is. Like, that's totally your opinion. That's cool. But this is my opinion. This is my perspective on like what I'm looking for, the reason why I'm dating, and my perspective on things. So thank you so much for tuning in, like I said, and I will see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.